Hello guys.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey,
Hello,
how you
hi
doing?
guys. Yeah, we are good.
Hi.
we
Hello,
can
everyone.
sharing my screen. Is it visible?
No, it's coming. Yeah, it's visible now.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. Good evening. We are here to discuss about Sprint 3 presentation. This project is InvestIQ. It's done by team number 2, that is TechnoStack. We are gonna discuss about team members and their responsibilities, then improvements from professor. Then we have project description. Then we have team working agreement. Then we have personas. Then we have MVP. Then technologies which we used in this project, then algorithms which we implemented, then we also have diagrams, then we have product backlog, then we have summary. After summary, we have sprint 3 backlog, then we have metrics, then we have retrospective, then project demo uh, of the sprint 3, which is the final one. Then we have link to GitHub. We also have a few screenshots. Then we have a live application demo. So the first point we have is team members. Myself, Richita Reddy, I am the product manager and full stack developer. Then we have Mahidar Reddy, he is a machine learning engineer. Then we have Afrida, she is also machine learning engineer. Then Sharon, he is backend developer, backend engineer and tester. Then we have Nadeem, he is front end developer. Then we have Srinidhi, he is also front end developer. So problem statement. As we all know, most of the people are interested in investing. It's like the second income for most of the people. But for beginners, they don't know where to start from. And if they know, they don't know where to invest. And even if they know where to invest, they don't have the proper guidance. So our application main motto is to analyze market trends and give proper guidance to people about where to invest and also track their investments which which can give them confidence. We also provide AI-driven real-time market trends where they can make wise decisions about their investments and fulfill their long-term goals. Then we have the project name that is InvestIQ. Then we have the team name that is TechnoStack. Then we have the project description that is, as we already discussed about people who want to invest. This is a platform where they can get proper guidance regarding investments, give the real-time financial news. We also analyze the stock market trends. So this application also provides risk alerts and personalized investment insights. Then we have benefit outcomes. That is, we provide AI-driven insights and alerts for better decision in investment. Then this application also provides personalized recommendations based on the market trends. We also provide real-time market analysis for investment. Then it also reduces our research time since everything is provided in a single platform. Then we have the improvements which we need to add. So we have added the improvement slide. Then historical team velocity graph, we have added that. Then sprint recap, it was one line last time, so we have added it. Then we have API slides, we added that also. Then we have completed sprint planning, which we haven't done last time, so we have done it this time. Then we have showed the code and explained about it. So this is the teamwork agreement, uh, which this is the agreement which is signed by 6 people. In this, we have committed for the 5 points. That is about the communication and meetings. We also have we agreed about the project management. Then we have done the documentation. Then these are the roles and responsibilities of each and every person in this team. Then collaboration and support. So everybody has agreed to this team project agreement. From here, Mahi.
Yeah. So persona, um, Arav Sharma is a 28-year-old software engineer with intermediate investment knowledge. So he wants to make faster, more informed investment decisions.
using clear and actionable information. RO often feels swamped by unfiltered data and also wants a tool that gives him clarity without digging through noise. So he prefers tech savvy solutions that present market changes and quickly, so he can react with confidence. Next, next we got Thomas Shelby. Uh, he is a 40-year-old corporate manager. As a beginner to intermediate investor, his main goal is a steady portfolio growth without being overwhelmed by irrelevant details. So he values a clean, efficient interface that highlights key updates without requiring constant monitoring. Time is limited for Thomas, so he needs a tool that gives him quick, trustworthy insights to support his cautious investment approach. Next we got Sanjana Reddy. So Sanjana Reddy is a 35-year-old financial analyst with advanced investment experience. She is frustrated by platforms that flood her with generic numbers, lacking the depth she needs. So Sanjana seeks a smart tool that can quickly evaluate financial news and generate thoughtful. Um, she wants deeper insights, not just data, and the ability to act on these insights quickly and accurately. Next, next we got MVP. Our minimum viable product includes four core features. First, user registration and profile setup to gather individual goals and preferences. Second, historical market trend reviews using free APIs like Yahoo Finance. Third, personalized investment suggestions based on trends, user inputs, and a simple rule-based approach. And finally, a dashboard that offering a centralized view of recommendations, trends, and financial news. Yeah, next. Continue.
Hello guys, this is Afrida. I'm a machine learning engineer in this project. So now I will walk you through the technologies that we have used in this project. So for our backend development, we use Flag and Node.js. Flag is a lightweight Python framework that great for building RESTful APIs, and also it integrates seamlessly with the machine learning models and simplifies backend logic. We also use Node.js, which offers a non-blocking event-driven architecture, which is perfect for handling real-time operations and concurrent tasks. Coming to the front end, on the front end side, we rely on the Next.js and TypeScript. So Next.js provides server-side rendering and static site generation, ensuring fast and SEO-friendly pages, uh, which has a great user experience. Also, coming to the TypeScript, it enhances code quality by introducing static type checking. It also helps prevent runtime errors and improves maintainability. Coming to our database, so for our database management, we use PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is a powerful open source software relational database known for its reliability, scalability, and support for complex queries. It also ensures secure and efficient data storage. For our APIs to fetch real-time financial data, we utilize APIs such as Financial News API and Polygon API. So these APIs supply up-to-date financial news and market data, allowing us to deliver timely insights, without relying on any raw stock data. So coming to machine learning, for our machine learning needs, we use PyTorch. So PyTorch is a flexible framework with a dynamic computation graph, making it ideal for developing and training the deep learning models. So it also plays a crucial role in sentimental analysis and trend forecasting. So for hosting and deployment, we leverage Vercel and DigitalOcean. So Vercel is excellent for quickly deploying front-end applications with high performance and scalability. When coming to the DigitalOcean, it provides reliable and scalable hosting for backend services and full application development. Also, for the development tools to streamline our development, we use a variety of tools. So, Visual Studio Code for coding with powerful extensions and debugging capabilities. We also have used Postman for APIs testing and ensuring endpoints functional correctly. And also coming to Git and Docker. Git we used for the version control, enhancing collaboration and code management. So you all know for containerization we have used Docker, which ensures consistency across different environments, and also Slack for team communication and project management. Next slide, please. So, coming to our NLP, our natural language processing module utilizes cutting edge AI to extract meaningful insight from financial news. So, our NLP model is powerful by the BHI model, which is like designed to analyze real time financial news. And also, it attracts sentimental sentiments and identifies key topics from the latest updates. It also enables the application to interrupt the market sentiment accurately. So by processing this large volume of textual data, this PHI model provides the actionable insights that informs user about the market trends and then emerging financial narratives. So this helps transform raw data into a clear meaningful investment and opportunity guidance. So coming to the next slide. So our time series analysis module helps us to make sense of historical stock market data and trends. So this module applies deep learning techniques such as LSTM, which is long short-term memory, and temporal fusion transformers to detect underlying trends and seasonal patterns in any stock market data. So it's it provides essential context data that enhances the real-time insights derived from the NLP model and then ensure a strong understanding of market dynamics. So the synergy between this NLP and time series analysis, enables investors to make data-driven decisions based on both real-time sentiment and historical market performance. Thank you guys. From here, Nadeem will be
Yeah. Yeah, hi guys. This
explaining.
is Nadeem Hussain Sheikh. Like I am working as a front-end developer for this project. So actually, we have done the high-level designing and try to portray it in like using the diagram. So here to talk about the architectural diagram, like here the user will interact with the web InvestIQ web application, like with the front end. So after interacting, like the request has been sent to the backend server, and from the backend server, we have connected like the APIs like free finance API, and also we have connected our database to the backend server and the recommendation engines to the backend server. So based on the interaction we are getting from the user, our front end will pass the data to the backend server, and based on the requirement, our backend server will call the required API or the database or the recommendation engine, and the data will be processed in the in the way, like suppose for example if the user uh, interacts with the web application with the recommendation data, so from the backend server it will comes to the a request will be comes to the recommendation engine, and the recommendation engine will generate the data and will send it back to the backend server, and from the backend server it will send it back to the web application, the front end part, and from front end part like user can able to access the data. And next slide. Yeah, the context diagram here, the user is like using the web application, the InvestIQ system, which is connected to the APIs like Free Finance API and the Mail Services API and the authentication API which we build. Like here, the InvestIQ web application will access the API, fetch the historic data from the financial Free Finance API, and to send the notification, we use Email Services API, and for authentication and the authorization, we use the Auth Services API. In the next slide. And here you can see the ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. Here we have showcased like for each of the classes, what are the entities we need, and So, and how they are representing in the databases, like, so here for the user, it has user ID and email and password, and it has a receive relationship between the recommendation and the user, and also user has a profile. So profile has profile ID, user ID, profile ID, and the risk tolerance and the investment budget. And here the profile ID is the primary key in the profile table, and user ID is the foreign key, which by which we are connecting the table with the profile table. And here the recommendation table is connected to the stocks based on, like, recommendations are based on the stock. So we have given the relationship like based on the stocks, and it has a relationship. The stocks has a relationship with the historical data. Based on the historical data, the stock prices changes. So we have created a has a relationship over there, and we have connected both the diagrams using the primary key and the foreign key. Next slide, please. Here you can see the sequence diagram, like when the user requests for the recommendation, how our application flow is like running from one phase to another phase. Like here, the user has requested for the recommendation using our web application. The web application fetch the user data from the user from the front end. The request has been sent to the back end, and from the back end we are getting the user profile data. A query has been created by the backend services to get the data from the database. So based on the query, the database, we are getting our backend server is retrieving the data from the database, and based on the profile data, we are fetching the historical data, and the historical data is getting back to the backend server, and the data which we got at the backend server, we uses that, and the recommendation engine will we will send the data to the recommendation engine. Here we will process the data for the recommendations, and we are getting back with the recommendations to the backend server, and the recommendation will be sent to the front end server, and which user can access the data which is requested for the recommendation. Next slide, please. And to talk about the state diagram, how like our application is flow shows the flows of our application like in the each stage. So user has recommendation, as I told like in the back slide, user request for the recommendation, request has been sent. So it fetches the data from the historical data. Sup- uh, if there was any failure, then it will show the error like API failure, or else if everything is correct, like then it process the data and it will generate the recommendation. While processing data, if we get any error, so an exception will be created and will connect to the error, and user will get the error, and after processing the data, it will generate the data and display it to the user. Next slide, please. So here is the class diagram, like it shows like how our classes are representing, like user class has the variables like user ID, email, and the password, and it has the function methods like create profile and request recommendations. And our user class has one to many relationship with the profile, like profile ID, user ID, and the string risk tolerance string, which like how much risk he has to take, like high, low, or something. So investment budget we are taking as a floating value, and also it has a method like financial goal at financial goal, and the user table user class is connected to the recommendation class too. So we have recommendation ID, user ID, and the stock symbol in that, and we have generate method in the recommendation. When the method is called, so we will fetch the data from the API from the generate method, and also we have the financial goal and the stock class, which has the method like fetching the historical data, and also we have the historical data class to get the to save the data which we are getting from the historical data.
Hi, I am Srini Vidaichi. I'm a front-end developer for this project, InvestIQ. So let me give you a short recap of our sprint two. So during sprint two, our team focused on basically the backend development of key features like user profile data and saving them into our database schema on PostgreSQL, and then integrating external APIs for historical stock data. We almost developed all the foundational elements and implemented those successfully, but we our user login and user registration things got were pending and remained incomplete due to our backend dependencies and time limitations. So and the previous sprint also made us understand the need for better coordination between backend and front end tasks. Yeah, so coming to our product backlog, based on our initial requirements and all other user stories, we have developed a set of product backlog, which where we have certain features and also given them certain acceptance criteria, and also assigning certain story points for each of the stories. So based on a user, R.R. Sharma, we have, for an example, he wants a basic dashboard UI where our acceptance criteria for a basic dashboard would be having sections for recommendations, trends, and news. And we have to ensure that the layout is clean with a proper header, sidebar, and a main content area. And also for the profile setup, which includes drop down risk tolerance bars, and it should have a save button to whatever changes the user makes, and also drops an error message if the budget is invalid or any other metric is not valid. Come to the next one. Yes. Here we have a different user having different, wanting different features such as a dashboard schema setup, where the schema includes different tables for users, profiles, and historical data, and basic CRUD operations implemented for user and profile data. Historical trend display was also needed by one of the user, which we have used in our personas, that is Thomas Shelby. So he wanted that the dashboard should display a line chart showing a 30-day price trend for each stock, where the user could analyze what is the actual trend of that stock, if it's bearish or bullish, and then personalized recommendations on the profile based on their use of the app and their trends of purchasing certain stocks. Next. Yeah, also, as a developer, one needs to implement a rule-based recommendation system. So the user has their own personalized recommendations by what actions they take frequently on the app. That is an algorithm using historical trends like 30-day moving average and users risk tolerance, whatever he or she has mentioned there, and giving them personalized recommendations on their profile based on their own data. And of course, news API integration, which shows the headlines of the trends happening overall across the world for different stocks.
Hi, this is Sharon Jaini. I am a backend engineer and tester for InvestIQ project. Here is a sprint one summary. In sprint one, our goal was to establish the project foundation. We built the dashboard UI, profile setup, and setup form, and recommendation placeholder. The front end framework was almost done and configured with routing and styling tools. The sprint laid the groundwork for functional and interactive features going forward. Uh, uh, Next slide. This is the burndown chart for sprint one. The red line shows the actual progress of story points completed over time. The green line shows the expected timeline. As we see, here the team kept close to plan trajectory and completed a sprint on schedule. Next slide. In Sprint 2, we focused on backend development. We completed saving user profiles, API integration, and database schema. However, we failed to registration and the login remain incomplete due to dependence. Out of 16 story points we planned, we have finished 11. This showed us we need more stronger team coordination, and we did stronger coordination moving forward. Next slide. Here a sprint chart, sprint to burn down chart. It highlights the gap between the plan and the actual progress. The delay toward the end is like linked to incomplete tasks that were affected by backend dependencies. Next slide. Here are the sprint 3 backlog. In sprint 3, we prioritized features aimed to improving the dashboard intelligence and usability. We worked on historical trends, market news, and personal recommendations. Each user story had well-defined acceptance criteria, like displaying 30-day trend charts, fetching news with the valid metadata, and showing custom recommendations based on our user risk tolerance and user risk profiles. Next slide, Ruchita. This slide continues regarding the Sprint 3 backlog. It includes technical stories like implementing recommendations, logic, and integrating a new news API. We also carried forward stories like user registration, login that were pending in the Sprint 2. All stories had clear validation steps and were scoped with story points. Here, next slide. Here are the test case. We thoroughly tested the historical trends and market news features. For example, we verified the charts and load properly, use catchy database data, and display with correct labels, and the market new items were checked for title, source, and link to ensure completeness. Next. More tests covered error handling and recommendation behavior. We simulated API failure to confirm that graceful fallback messages were shown. For personalized recommendation, we checked both positive case where profiles received suggestions and fallback cases where no data triggered a default message. Next slide, Ruchita. This set focused on validating the recommendation logic and news API. For low-risk users, the system applied rule-based logic to return upward trending stocks. We also tested the logic with sample input to ensure correct behavior. Finally, we confirmed the news API returned relevant content. Next. The last test verified catching for news articles. We fetched news, then refetched within the catchy window to ensure the data was reused without making a new API. This confirmed our catchy mechanism worked as expected and helped reduce API load. By the end of Sprint 3, we completed 7 user stories, totaling 28 story points. This includes both front-end enhancement and back-end logic trend, like trend displays, news integration, and recommendation logic. We also wrapped up registration, user registration, and login stories from Sprint 2. Here is the team velocity. Our total commitment for Sprint 3 was 28 story points, and we completed all 28 points. That gives us a team velocity of 28 points for the sprint, which shows significant improvement compared to the last sprint. This table summarizes our historical team velocity. In Sprint 1, we have planned for 16 points. As we planned, we completed Sprint 1. Whereas in Sprint 2, we have completed on 11 points. We just not finished. But at finally, Sprint 3, we reached 28. Our average velocity across all the sprints is now 18.33, which help us better plan future work and capacity. Next slide. Here is our team velocity bar chart. We can observe this when we see the average. It's 18.33, which helps us better plan future work and capacity. Next slide, Ruchita. Here is our burn down chart. For the sprint 3, there is a slightly up and downs regarding uh, we just sorted out from back sprint 2. Like we have done a lot of mistakes regarding communicating each other, but later on we communicated each other, and work was done eventually, and we have divided the task fair so that we just completed the project on time. You can see the completed and committed ratio. We have chosen for the Spring 3 is 28 points and completed story is 28. And so that you can see that total 100% we have done with this completed commit ratio. That's fine. Rich, can skip this part. Here is our retrospective. We have made an retrospective video and you can watch it in our YouTube channel. What went well and what can be improved, and some of the action items. We are not thinking like stopping over this one, but we want to follow on or follow on this project on later, like upgrading to the new adding new APIs and so on. Next. We say we can skip this part. Here are some screenshots of our project where you can see the page. You can log in through any way. You can enter the app through the Try InvestIQ, clicking on the Try InvestIQ now, or enter app. Next slide, which the. And you can also enter the through the app through the explore the app option. We can see we have just mentioned about InvestIQ. Here is our dashboard where you can look over our dashboard. You can see the chart regarding the marketing analysis and portfolio performance. Next slide. Here is a slide where it shows how much you deposited and stocks you invested and the stocks you are looking, and the stocks which we can see in the top right corner, where you can see the it indicates the market is at the specific Google stock is like a plus minus 7.2, and MSFT is in the plus, which shows the green one shows that where we can invest possibly, and the red one shows that you have to not invest. We suggest customers not to invest in that. Next. You can deposit funds like this, like you can enter the amount and simple, like you can transfer the bank and the credit card. Next slide. This is the stock market where you can search the stocks, and you can also see the present trending market news, like in the exact time, like there is nothing like any fake or any wrong news. It's going to be directly connected to the financial news API. Next slide. Here is the based on the our analyst recommendations, we just suggest the client, like you can choose this stock based on his investment and the previous investments and his risk tolerance. Next slide. Here is our AI analysis, where AI based on the client's profile, our AI recommendation engine suggests the client where he has to invest and where he has to not invest. Next slide.
Hi. Yeah.
Srinidhi.
So I'll walk you through a few code snippets from our project. So this one talks about the stock chart component. Here we're actually looking at the stock chart component, which is responsible for visualizing the stock price data over time, which happens when somebody clicks on a particular stock on the app. So we will start by, like, what happens in the backend is we'll start by extracting the current and previous price from the data set. Then we calculate the percentage change between the two, which provides a clear indicator of performance, that is, the stock is bearish or bullish. And then later, we dynamically assign a value which is displayed in the UI. So we use conditional logic, which where we use green color if the stock is gained value and red if it is lost value. So the JSX returned by this component includes a header with the stock symbol and the price change, and also an arrow showing it is gained or lost. And then this is all wrapped up in a responsive container, which ensures the chart scale is gracefully across different screen sizes, which is on desktop or mobile phones. Next one. Yeah, this one is what's happening in the background for portfolio management. That is, it represents a logic for the management of a user profile where the add position function is mentioned. So it fetches the latest stock quote data before performing calculations. We determine the value of users position using the number of shares and the current market price of that particular shares which that user holds on the profile. And then we also calculate and show the user the gain and the gain percentage of that particular day for his profile. So these metrics help the user evaluate his standing and his profitability of each investment. Finally, we persist this data into the local storage, ensuring users' portfolio is saved every day and between sessions, which doesn't need any backend storage at this stage. Next one. Yeah, this snippet talks about the AI recommendation function, where this component handles AI-driven recommendations that are personalized for a specific user. This begins with two state variables, which are active sector and currently selected investment sector, and the sector data of that particular domain. The use effect function, which is mentioned here, triggers a fetch call whenever an active sector changes. Whenever a user changes different sectors in the section of our app, so this function triggers to get request from the backend API point, where it requests investment recommendations based on the selected sector. The API response is passed into the JSON and then stored into sector data, which updates in the app accordingly. And all of this happens instantly without any delay on the app. So this is basically an intelligent and interactive approach to make users feel good. Next one. Finally, this is a recommendation API payload function which is happening in the background as well. So we use four basic essential attributes to do this. That is, one is risk tolerance, where we have categories as low, moderate, high, and budget, which sets the investment ceiling. Then the time horizon, like short, medium, and long. And we also have sector preferences, which include user chosen sectors like technology, healthcare, etc. These inputs are gathered from the profile setup and from the basis of recommendation logic in the user profile, which is saved on our PostgreSQL data schema. And on the server side, all of these data is processed through a rule-based logic or an AI algorithm, which we have curated for the list of stock picks. Next.
Yeah, next.
So this is the link for wiki page. Then we have live demo. So let me walk you through the live demo. Sorry, let me share my screen again. Oh, is my screen visible, guys? Hello?
Yes, Ruchita.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I have already run the code manually in my system. So this is the localhost 3001. So this is the landing page of our personalized AI platform, InvestIQ. So from the moment you land, our mission is clear: smart investments with personalized insights. We blend live financial data with intelligent AI, so you don't have to decode the market alone. So let me take you through this. So we can enter the application from Try Invest IQ. We have the Enter app here in the right corner. Then we also have the Explore app. From here, we can enter into the app. So this is a basic detail of the application, where we use the AI-driven model for investments, and we give recommendations based on the market trends. So people can invest wherever they want. So let me take you to the dashboard. So this is the dashboard which we are talking about. Um, so we have a other po few other links for few other application thing we can enter into, which is portfolio. We have stocks, we have recommendations, then we have AI analysis. So we can deposit from here. If you want to deposit the amount, then we can just directly enter the bank details and we can deposit it. So this is the application. At present, we have only one holding, that is Microsoft, which is running positive. So this application is positive now. Then these are the coming companies which are gonna which we are gonna see in the InvestIQ application, which are ready for stocks. So this is the wish list. Wish list is basically the companies or the industries which we wanted to have a look in. I mean, we are not investing in this properly, but we wanted to see which one is running in which way. That is Apple, Microsoft, or Google, whatever it is. So this is the latest news, which is from the uh, AI AI model. Then we can go to the portfolio. So yeah, here we have portfolio. The thing is, here we can add a position, like let me add Tesla. So if we add Tesla, and this is the purchase date, we are gonna change it like to February 8th or something. And here I have bought, suppose 500 shares, with the cost of 100 per share. So now we can see Tesla is running positive in this, and my portfolio value has increased. So we can add number of positions which we want, where we are investing. So if this gives that if our profile is running in positive or negative, we can add and delete whichever industries which we want to. And next comes the stocks. So here is, suppose these are the companies, and this is the these are the stock values which we have in the second column, and this third column says if the stock is positive or negative. So if we are investing in Apple with $196, then our stock is going to be negative. So if it's less than like 150 or something, maybe our stock value is like positive, which can be seen in the portfolio section. So this is about each stock value and how it is running. Is it negative or is it positive? So we can edit the wish list here by adding any company here in the search bar. We can search for a different company and we can add it here. So this one is the market news. This market news is basically from the API. So this is the latest news which we got. Uh, then we have the recommendations here. These recommendations are based on if we can invest in the if we can hold the stock, or if we can buy it, or if we can sell it. So here, for example, we have a graph which says the strong buy, hold, sell, and strong sell. Now all the applications here are saying to hold, because at present the stocks are negative mostly. So if we hold them, it's better. If we sell them, we are going to be in negative, and if we buy them, we are going to end up in negative. So at present we have to hold the stocks. Then so this is the analysis given by the APIs. Then we have AI analysis, which is the most important part in the application. So this AI analysis is done by the AI model, that is InvestIQ analysis engine. These AI analyzes based on the wish list we added and based on the market trend, market news. Then this shows up the companies which are positive. So based on the technology, these five companies are at present positive. This gives the weekly recommendations. It's not on the daily basis. So every week, this is gonna change. So that's the reason we have given here weekly recommendations. So in this present week, based on the technology, these are the five companies which are running positive. So we can invest in this. And based on the consumer discretionary, these are the companies which are running positive. In the healthcare sector, these are positive. So in the communication sector, these four companies are positive, and in the industries, these two are positive. So based on the category of which the company is on, this gives the uh, recommendations to us where we can invest and where we cannot invest. So basically, this is the profile, and this is how our application is. I think it's very good, the development which we have done until now. Oh, yeah, we also can add a few features like security feature and notifications feature. So we also have the scope for further improvements in the application. So these are the improvements which can be done if we are given a lot of time. So basically, this is the application, and this is how the graph changes on daily basis based on the wish list, based on the holdings, and we get top-notch recommendations where we can invest, where we can buy. For example, you can see here now it's changed to buy, which was on hold just now. So after we added Tesla, we can now buy it because it's running positive. Even we can sell it. So these recommendations are based on the AI which we have used. So yeah, this is the application. I think we can start investing now. So yeah, that was about the live demo of the application. Thank you everyone for joining.
Good job, guys.
Well done, guys.
So yeah, we have done it very good. I think
Nice.
it's good.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Have a good
Bye bye.
future.